Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of colors presented by the DC Fire and EMS Honor Guard, joined by the DCFD Emerald Society Pipes and Drums, and the United States Marine Corps Band. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats.
Box alarm engines 27, 3, 26, and 12. Respond for structure.
We run in when everybody else is running out.
That's the camaraderie. We are a team. There is never a dull moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your hosts for the evening, DC Fire and EMS Captain Sid Polish and Lieutenant Eugene Russell Roach.
That's it? That's all we get? It's going to be a long night. I can see it now. A couple of points before we start. We have some very special guests here tonight, and we have to accommodate their schedules, some bedtimes, some chicken tenders, some dinosaur nuggets. So we're not necessarily going to stick to the program. I hope you guys all understand that, and you'll see why in a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Thank you all for being here tonight. It is an honor for us to welcome you to help recognize our heroes for the 2023 awards.
Thank you. Thank you, Sid. I don't even know how I ended up here with Sid tonight. The battalion chief's interviews are next week. But it's an honor to have our distinguished guests from across the district joining us to recognize some true moments of heroism.
But tonight isn't about superheroes or movie stars. It's about the heroes in this city who protect us all each and every day, and those among us who do not shirk from action when the moment is upon them.
Let's take 1 second and give all of our first responders a show of gratitude.
And we do apologize if we seem a little nervous. I think the only person more nervous in this room tonight is Chief Communications Officer Noah Gray, worried about us going off script. Promise, Noah, we'll do our best. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage DC Fire and EMS Foundation Executive Director, Amy Morrow.
Well, good evening. Good evening. Thank you for the round of applause. I want to give a round of applause to another special group that's here tonight, and that's the friends and family of our DC first responders, firefighters, and EMS providers who support them every day, day in and day out, so that they can perform their best while they're serving the visitors and residents of the District of Columbia. So I'm so happy you're here to celebrate tonight with your loved ones, and I want to give you guys a round of applause. So I've had a pretty amazing year. Left the department a little bit over a year ago, revived the DC Fire and EMS Foundation, and I've learned a lot. I've stayed connected to the department, which I love, rekindled some old friendships, and one of the things that did not surprise me is how much support there is for this fire department in our city and our community. People love you for what you do, and they express that gratitude and love all the time. And included in those supporters is our local business community. And they have really stepped up and shown their support and gratitude by supporting the foundation and by sponsoring this event tonight. So I'd like to give them a round of applause and thank our sponsors for their support. So I want you all to know, that I miss you, but I'm still around. I carry you in my heart and the work that I do for this foundation. And I'm thrilled to be able to do the work to support you every day. And I want to end by just saying that this night is about you. We want you to have fun. We want you to sit back, relax, enjoy yourself. Congratulations on your awards. And I now have the honor of introducing great DC Fire Chief, John Donnelly Sr., who continues to steer the department to new heights, some of which you will see in our presentations and stories tonight. So thank you, Chief Donnelly, for your support and for your strong leadership.
Welcome everybody. Good evening. I'm John Donnelly, Chief of DC Fire and EMS, and I am very proud to be here tonight to recognize the great work of our employees. I will keep my remarks brief because what you will see tonight tells our story and the importance of our service more than anything that I could ever say. I would like to start out, though, by repeating the thank yous to tonight's sponsors. Without them, this couldn't happen. So thank you again. Thank you very much. And especially thank you to Amy Morrow and the Fire and EMS Foundation for putting this together and making sure we have it. We are honored by all of your generosity. I also need to thank Mayor Muriel Bowser, the council, and our community for their support, without which we would not have the modern tools, excellent training, best apparatus, and the people to do this great work. Now, I would like to welcome some guests. City Administrator Kevin Donahue, who is a longtime supporter of the Fire and EMS Department, having been our deputy mayor not once, but twice. And he still keeps talking to us. Deputy Mayor for Public Safety and Justice, Lindsay Apia. Local 36 President, David Hoagland. Local 3721 President, Aretha Lyles. OUC Director, Heather McGaffin, thank you for being here. Jason Kim, the Deputy Budget Director and Office of the City Administrator. Jason, pay attention. We're not spending your money on this. And the U.S. Park Police Assistant Chief of Police, Christopher Cunningham. Welcome, all of you. But most importantly tonight, I would like to welcome our employees and their families. This night is for them. With that, I now proudly welcome to the stage Kevin Donahue, the City Administrator.
Good evening, everyone. It's a thrill to be here. I knew I was going to be here. I didn't know until about an hour ago I'd be speaking to you. So if I seem a little nervous, it's why. First of all, I generally am thrilled to be here. I want to thank Chief Donnelly, all the members of Fire EMS for hosting this, the Fire Foundation, all the friends and family who joined today. So I do want to start by saying an indisputable fact, which is the DC Fire EMS Department is the best Fire EMS department in the country. And I don't like to make claims without some evidence to back me up, so I made sure knowing I was going to speak, I had a few facts. And I'll see if anyone, as I go through these, you can think of what I'm talking about. So I'll start with a few numbers. The number 200,000. Does anyone know what that number represents? How many calls for service fire EMS gets to serve our community? Now, that's well publicized. The less publicized one is a number, I call it north of 95%. And that is whenever we do surveys of the residents' confidence in government employees and public service employees, that's the approval rating that you all get. Now, it's hard to get, that's worth, I shouldn't clap in front of a microphone, note. It's hard to get 95% of anyone to agree to what day of the week it is, but you, through your service, have decided that you have 95% of our DC residents agreeing that they received outstanding service when you came to them. Okay, another fact to back up that statement I made. The fact is 100,000. Anyone know what that figure represents? It's a number of people that have been trained in hands-on hearts with a direct connection to saving lives and everyday residents knowing how to be heroes and provide CPR. And then a new one, and my final one, which is 88%. And this was, I remembered when there was this idea, and I don't pretend to understand technically what it is, but the Whole Blood Initiative. And I thought it's one of those things that sounded innovative, far beyond my expertise, but go on, do it, give it a shot. And that's the percent of patients, and when I get this right, it's the same rate for the patients who have been administered whole blood, which is just extraordinary. It's something I picked up because from my days as deputy mayor for public safety, I always like to look at how many people die who have been shot, so the fatality rate. It can really swing our year-end homicide numbers tremendously. And I noticed, before I really had a connection, that our fatality rate was improving with each week. And I didn't understand why, because it's usually something like the weather I have no control over. It just happens. So I was talking with the chief of police, and she thought the fire EMS was doing something different. I talked to Chief Donnelly, who walked me through individual cases that demonstrated that what we're seeing on public safety is a direct connect to what's happening with innovation here in the department. So I'll close out by saying one last thing, and I really am thrilled to be here, is when I was the deputy mayor for public safety and justice, I came to every one of these. I do a lot of events in that role. I do a lot of events in this role. There was literally only one event each year that I would bring my kids to, and that's this event. Because I wanted them to understand when I preach the value of what it means to serve the public, which sounds abstract when you're a preteen, I want them to see in real, discrete examples of really what that means and what the definition of heroism is. So thank you for being here. I was thrilled to be able to speak for a few minutes, and I'm thrilled to be able to sit back and celebrate all the incredible heroic work that you do. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for those kind words. We appreciate it. We'd also like to thank Mayor Muriel Bowser. Unfortunately, she could not be here tonight, but we absolutely thank her for her continued support of the Fire and EMS Department. Without her support and the council support, we could not do the job that we do.
When we go to a run to help a resident or visitor in DC, we don't often follow up with our patients. Tonight, we're grateful to have a number of patients and family members here with us to help celebrate and honor our brothers and sisters and their families.
One of those patients is also one of our guest MCs for the evening, CNN anchor Casey Hunt.
News anchors like Casey are known for keeping their cool while reporting on major breaking news events, and Casey was able to deliver under pressure. With a little help from her husband, Matt, and DC Fire and EMS.
And some congratulations are in order for our very own Casey Hunt and her husband, Matt Rivera. The CNN anchor who has filled in right here on this show many times welcomed her second baby a little unexpectedly early. Baby Gray was born at home on Wednesday morning, just one day before Casey was scheduled to have a C-section. The labor lasted, get this, 13 minutes. So fast, paramedics couldn't even make it there in time. They showed up after Gray arrived. DC Fire and EMS tweeted, quote, "Congratulations, and we are proud to have played a role in bringing this beautiful child into the world. It's what we train for."
For our members that are coming to the stage tonight, if you would, please enter stage left. You'll receive your award, and then we'll exit stage right. Another point of note is the restrooms are over on the right in the corner. Just follow one of our people. Casey, do you mind coming up with us, please? Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we'd like to invite to the stage the crew from Medic 24, firefighter Hayden Campbell, firefighter paramedic Adam Ellick, and Fire Inspector Paramedic Kimberly Boozer, who helped bring baby Gray into the world on that fateful and wonderful day.
I just want to introduce him to the baby before I say a couple of words.
What? That's fine.
Thank you guys so much. Oh. She did that the last time they saw her too. Thank you all so much. This experience, the wonderful experience that we had with all of you, was hopefully a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me. But I have since learned, of course, that for most of you, this is par for the course, all in a day's work, and something you see all the time. But I want to tell all of you tonight, I'm honestly so touched to have been invited to be here with all of you. And situations like this really show everyone, and certainly showed us in this instance, just how much all of us out in the world depend on all of you. Because I have to say, the baby was delivered through no fault of anyone who works here before you could arrive, only because it was so fast, we didn't actually have time to call 911. So that happened. Basically, I think if you listen to the tape, it starts out Matt saying, "We're having a baby, we're having a baby. We had a baby, we had a baby. There is a baby." And Matt, of course, did an incredible job. But then, of course, she was there. We realized we had absolutely no idea what to do next. And that is when all of you came in at that point, finally on the phone, and just minutes later arriving at the door to help us. Because I have to say, it was probably 10 seconds, but I honestly don't know how long it was between the moment she was, came into the world and the time that we heard her first cry. And they were the longest 10 seconds of my entire life to date. And it was the professionalism, expertise, and help that you all gave to us that made us realize that everything was going to be okay. I will say, I think I can thank the oxytocin for, by the time these lovely people showed up at our house, I was pretty zen. I was having a wonderful time holding the baby. Matt was a little less zen, I would say. So I have to say thank you for giving him tasks, things to do. Come in, go find those clean towels, find a baby hat. He comes in at one point and says to me, "Casey, where are the baby hats?" The top drawer. But truly, this night is not about me or about us. We are just honored to have been invited to get a chance to introduce Gray to these wonderful people. It's such an honor to be here tonight. So thank you. And I think, somebody tell me, I think I'm supposed to introduce the next person, right? Okay. So as I have said, I am truly humbled to be among all of you, DC's bravest, this evening. And our family is truly grateful to all of you. But the night is about recognizing everyone who protects the United States Capitol, the nation's capital, every single day. And so we want to turn to two remarkable stories of heroism and improbable survival, two rescues by DC Fire and EMS. They are two stories of everyday people who were in the right place at the right time and had the skill and the training necessary to provide care that saved lives. These two stories happened on one day, saving the lives of those sworn to protect and defend our nation. Watch.
We both went to the Marine Corps Marathon. Eric was the starter for it. I watched Eric jumping over the fence, running with people to the finish line, high-fiving people. You know, we just had no idea anything was going on because he never had any symptoms.
My sister and I ran the Marine Corps Marathon. Afterwards, we went to get lunch.
We came home, he went for a run, and after a while I started thinking, wow, you know, he should probably be back by now.
We saw a man on the ground, and we ran up, quickly assessed, and my sister called 911, got through, and we started CPR almost immediately.
Tim did CPR for a long time as an individual, and for them to come in then and take over and do CPR as long as they did was just incredible. I mean, they never, ever gave up.
I'm grateful to you for coming tonight so that we can honor you, because that's who we're honoring, all of you.
Representing the District of Columbia Fire and Emergency Medical Services teams, Lieutenant Holly O'Byrne and paramedic Ryan Trout.
A bystander was doing amazing CPR, and we began to work the cardiac arrest like we normally do.
You never know who it is and who's having the, arguably worst day of their life, and you show up and do your job. That's it.
We had the opportunity to really save someone's life who has saved so many of ours. We had no idea this was the Commandant of the Marine Corps.
Well, I was nervous, being the first marathon. Like I said, I've been an avid runner, but a marathon, that's a big deal.
When I had heard that there was somebody who went down at the Marine Corps Marathon, I assumed it was somebody who just thought, oh, I'm just gonna go run a marathon. To find out that it was an active duty Marine was just, I couldn't believe it. I just could not believe it.
I was told that it was around between miles 16 and 17. I just pulled off to the side, just like I had been. I remember it was a grassy median of some sort, and almost immediately, as soon as I got into the grass, I got lightheaded.
I was coming down this way, and I was on the complete opposite side of the street, and the runner that I had seen was somewhere in between this tree area.
It was like seconds after that, and I remember falling towards the ground, and I don't remember hitting the ground.
His respirations were terrible, pulse was extremely weak, so nurse mode kicks in, and I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I start screaming for a medic because I know it's not good.
We heard on the radio that someone had went to cardiac arrest on the in the middle of the marathon.
There currently is no police or fire with him. Another runner called it in. Getting an update. He does have a pulse now, however, he is unresponsive.
All right, for that CPR, it should be bib number 13111, 38-year-old male.
One of the race medics came and brought water, so we're putting water on him, trying to cool him down as I'm doing compressions. Eventually somebody brings an AED and we get the AED on him.
There were a few people doing CPR. One of them happened to be a young lady. She did have a bib on, and then we continued CPR after we arrived.
They get his phone out of his pocket, and I see a picture of a little girl on his phone.
I had my phone on me, and on my phone, on my lock screen on my background, I have a series of photos of my daughters that cycle through. It was like random photos cycle through. And she told me that was what she saw.
And I thought, I don't know who this guy is or the relationship of this girl to him, but I have to do whatever I can to make sure that he makes it home, or, you know, that whoever this person is, they're important enough to be on his phone screen. And that was important to me.
I feel like she was placed there for a reason, you know. We obviously didn't know each other. She had no reason, you know, no responsibility to respond, but she did. And so I think that made all the difference because, as I'm sure you know, the time between, you know, cardiac arrest and when I finally get into the hospital, like, there's a lot of factors that could play into delaying that, and every second matters.
I think it's remarkable that she's able to train for a marathon, show up on the day of, and then run 16.5 miles of the 26, and then through that do CPR, which is also another physically strenuous task that we do until first responders arrived on scene. And then to see a little girl on the phone and continue to finish the race is commendable. We do have to take our hats off to Jenny.
I just knew that I had given all I could at the scene. And regardless of his outcome, I never thought I would know his outcome, that I was gonna finish my race and just dedicate that last bit to him and that little girl.
I'm extremely thankful for getting a second chance and being able to be there for them as long as it takes.
We got in the helicopter and took off in case we were gonna be needed. And as the call progressed, you know, went from CPR to an AED arriving to return to spontaneous circulation under care of DC Fire, and we were able to land right there in the field.
Even as Marines, we're not invincible, right? We train hard, you know, we pride ourselves in being part of the most challenging military force that there is, but we, you know, we are still susceptible to these things that happen in life, these anomalies in our bodies.
It's an amazing feeling that, you know, to be part of, you know, helping somebody to have such a catastrophic incident occur in their life and to have such a great outcome and to be a part of that great outcome.
No matter how strong you think you are, we're all out here pushing ourselves.
Their efforts is what led to this outcome. You know, it takes everybody.
I'm so grateful, but all the things that had to line up, it's just truly a miracle that Eric happened to be running right there at that time. They were coming back from dinner at that time. Tim is a certified CPR instructor. He's in town. He was in town for the marathon. Just the whole thing is just really crazy. So I guess it wasn't his time.
Being able to reunite with them, I think, is going to be really, really meaningful, especially since, I mean, aside from Jennifer, I don't know any of their faces. Like, I wasn't awake for it.
Absolutely amazing, life-saving moments from everyday heroes. It really shows you what we all can do when we put this first. It's a very inspiring story, Sid.
So true, Casey. And we are honored that these heroes are here with us tonight. Members accepting awards tonight, when you hear your name, please come up to the stage and accept your award.
For their outstanding medical care resulting in saving United States Marine Corps First Sergeant Peter Battershaw's life, the following members are being presented with the Meritorious Pre-Hospital Care Award. Firefighter Paramedic Christopher Agbobley. Firefighter Stephen Robert. And from the United States Park Police Aviation Unit, Sergeant John Demyanovich. Sergeant Daniel Glendenning, Sergeant Robert Usher, and United States Hospital Corps Marines Marco Estrella.
We also want to recognize the woman who ran 16 miles before administering CPR prior to our arrival. Ladies and gentlemen, registered nurse, Mrs. Jennifer Miller. Gotcha. For her efforts, Jennifer is receiving a cardiac arrest save challenge coin awarded by the department for her selfless efforts she displayed on October 29th, 2023. The only question we have is, did you PR? No? Thank you for that.
We'd also like to call up representatives from George Washington University Hospital. And also here with us tonight is his wife, Erin, and two daughters, Madeline and Coraline. Please welcome First Sergeant Peter Battershaw, United States Marine Corps.
He is not going to speak.
And we'd also like to call representatives from George Washington University Hospital, where Peter was transported and made a full recovery. Let's give them a round of applause.
GW must be very busy tonight. No one showed. Oh, here we go. Please come up. Please. Please come up to the stage. We'd like to embarrass you. For their outstanding medical care resulting in saving the life of General Eric Smith, Commandant of the Marine Corps, the following members are being presented with a Meritorious Pre-Hospital Care Award. Sergeant Mark Johnson, EMS Lieutenant Holly O'Byrne, Firefighter Paramedic Justin Moore, Firefighter EMT Carla Castillo, Firefighter EMT Joseph Trosbach, and Firefighter Paramedic Ryan Crowell, and also retired firefighter Curtis Davis. Please come up.
Although they are unfortunately not able to join us here tonight and are watching the ceremony from home, DC Fire and EMS would like to recognize the following bystanders who called 911 and performed life-saving bystander CPR prior to our arrival: Tim Lalonde, Joyce Lalonde, Steve Lalonde, and Nate Birnbaum.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 39th Commandant of the Marine Corps, General Eric Smith.
Well, good evening. Good evening. It's truly an honor to be here with DC Fire and EMS and so many of your friends and supporters tonight. I'm proud to count myself among them. After almost 4 decades in the Marine Corps, I've been to an award ceremony or two, but I've never been to one honoring the very folks who saved my life. And that's what's happening tonight. So first, let me just say again to our awardees from both DC Fire and EMS and the bystanders who leapt into action, thank you. You're the reason I'm here today. Thank you for what you did on that day on 29 October 2023. And thank you for what you stand willing, able, and ready to do every day without knowing who you're doing it for. It is because of you all, our first responders, that I and First Sergeant Battershaw and so many others can be here at all. Chief Donnelly, thank you for extending the invitation to come say a few words. The First Sergeant and I wouldn't have missed it for the world. Thank you for continuing to tolerate the Marine barracks and ignoring those noise complaints that we get during parade season. I'm well aware that I'm the last thing standing between a room full of certified badasses and their supper, so I'll be brief. And I also know that while I want to stand here and personally thank each and every one of you by name for what you do, I know you aren't the type who want to be recognized. I know that because in this room I recognize the same qualities I see when a Marine recruit raises their right hand for the first time and swears an oath to the Constitution and to the people of our great nation. In you, ladies and gentlemen, I recognize the same core values of honor, courage, and commitment that we strive to imbue in our Marines. They are everyday traits of a sense of obligation and common decency and willingness to act. They are the virtues that lead everyday men and women to do extraordinary things. And they are the characteristics that save lives every single day. Tonight we're honoring the men and women who saved my life and First Sergeant Battershaw's. And as the Commandant, I'm fortunate to have a platform from which I can give you the thanks and appreciation that you so very much deserve. But mine and First Sergeant's are hardly the only stories of bravery and heroism to talk about with DC Fire and EMS. And the more I learn, the more I see kindred spirits between our Marines and our brave first responders. And that word brave means something, because you are brave. Because who runs into a burning building? I mean, who does that? You do that. You do that. Who runs to the sound of gunfire? We both do that. So that we have in common. But there are two groups who would and have laid down their lives for their friends or complete strangers. Just last week, I read the story of Edward Mazenko, Richard Schaefer, Michael Huskins, John Kirkpatrick, and Corey Parrott. How on October 8th, 2023, these 5 men braved rough waters in their fireboat to respond to a distress call. Not to be deterred by the waves, they risked their own lives, providing life-saving aid to a severely injured police officer who had already fallen overboard in the channel. And I learned about Anthony Phillips Sr. He went by Sauce. I would have liked to have learned that story. I bet someone in this room knows it. He and fellow firefighter Louis Matthews passed in May of 1999 while battling a townhouse fire in Cherry Road in DC. I'll bet they didn't know the name of a single person in that building, but they went in anyway. But to heroes like these, like the ones I see sitting here in this room, that's just a minor detail. That willingness to sacrifice for your fellow man, regardless of race, color, or creed, is what makes this group special. And it is the linkage I see between my tribe and yours. I'm very proud to count DC Fire and EMS among the friends of our Corps. And not because of what you did for me, but because of what you do every day for anybody who needs help. I went in as a John Doe, and my life was saved with the same urgency that you would have given me if I wasn't wearing this uniform, and I know that. That's all that needs to be said about the character of every man and woman in this room. You make me proud to be an American. God bless DC Fire and EMS, and God bless America. Thank you.
In honor of the Commandant of the Marine Corps, please stand for the playing of the Marines hymn.
Just amazing stories and such stirring words from the Commandant tonight. So in 2023, DC Fire and EMS had 72 cardiac arrest saves, where patients left the hospital neurologically intact. General Smith and First Sergeant Battersall were two of them. And tonight, we're also going to be joined by another one of those patients, Elijah Jenkins, and his family. They will join us, and we will hear from them later tonight.
Going into cardiac arrest with all the possible outcomes, including losing your life, is never anything we hope for. But when it happens, as you just heard firsthand tonight, good quality CPR as soon as possible after an arrest is crucial for a patient's outcome. We are proud to announce that just last week, the District of Columbia was named #1 in out-of-hospital cardiac arrest survival rates. And that is because DC Fire and EMS puts a lot of effort into improving the outcome of our cardiac arrest patients. Let's take a look.
Majority of cardiac arrests happen outside of the hospital, and receiving immediate CPR can increase the likelihood of survival. The Hands on Heart program provides community awareness training for hands-only CPR, AED use, and Narcan administration. So far, the Hands on Heart program has trained over 103,000 people.
Unseen survival is an international definition for cardiac arrest survival, which includes patients who have sustained a bystander witness cardiac arrest and present in a shockable rhythm. Amazingly, Washington, D.C., DC Fire and EMS was tied with Washington State for the best state-level unseen survival rates in the United States last year. And this doesn't just happen by wishing for good results. Dr. Holman was instrumental in creating the Cardiac Arrest Performance Improvement Officer CAPIO position in the Office of the Medical Director. And the amazing tie with Washington State for 44.3% unseen survival and all of the amazing results that we've seen with cardiac arrest performance in the district is due in large part to the person that sits in that position, the CAPIO. The inaugural CAPIO position was held by Sergeant Stephen Gerber, so we owe him a huge debt of gratitude for markedly elevating the quality of care in our department.
I'm Sergeant Stephen Gerber. I currently run the MIH program for DC Fire and EMS. Last year, I was the Cardiac Arrest Performance Improvement Officer in the Office of the Medical Director. While I was there, I helped with many others to institute several quality improvement projects. And through those projects, the use of the new Zoll monitors, feedback devices, training for cadets, recruits, paramedics entering the department, and then our company officers in Officer 1 and 2, we were able to make some changes in the way we respond to cardiac arrests in the district. So all the things that we've worked so hard on in the last year or so is making a difference for the people that we go out and help every day.
During his time as CAPIO officer, survival rates increased by 10%. That is so many lives. Here now to present the unit citation, please welcome the now retired, as of last week, I am told, congratulations, Medical Director for DC Fire and EMS, Dr. Robert Holman.
I am so happy to be able to introduce Sergeant Stephen Gerber and congratulate him on this award. Sergeant Gerber is an ace paramedic. but he also went and got his nursing degree. He wasn't going to stop there. He became a nurse practitioner and realized he could contribute even more if he did a medical fellowship. I didn't even know that nurse practitioners did medical fellowships. He did a fellowship in emergency medical services, or EMS, one that I've never done. So, Sergeant Gerber, we are so happy to salute you for your accomplishments as the Cardiac Arrest Performance Improvement Officer, who spurred a lot of reviews, hot washes, and gave feedback so that everyone could understand that there were gaps and they could improve. And I think I really want to salute your contributions to not only our department, but of course our patients and our city. So Sergeant, thank you very much. There you go. So show everybody, here you are, and you've got the guard. Show everybody, turn around. Sure.
Thanks, whoever that was. I'll take it. Thank you. Thanks.
Great. Congratulations. All right, on the evening of June 25th, 2023, Ambulance 14 was dispatched to 812 Jefferson Street Northwest, responding to a call of a 3-year-old who was having trouble breathing. The crew found the girl in severe respiratory distress in her mother's arms, and the girl's mother told them the problem had started 30 minutes before, but the girl had asthma, a recent history of the flu, and a sore throat. Gino?
Ambulance 14 immediately called for an advanced life support unit and loaded the patient into their ambulance. The patient was assessed further and was found to have bronchi and croupy cough. The crew called Children's National Medical Center via portable radio and medical direction and received approval to give the patient an albuterol nebulizer treatment.
But the advanced life support unit was too far away, and Ambulance 14 made the swift decision to transport this young toddler without delay. They canceled the ALS unit, they notified Children's they were en route with a priority 1 child case, but with only basic life support members on board, no paramedics.
Fortunately, while en route to the hospital, the patient improved tremendously. When they arrived, the patient, Mrs. Salazar, who isn't here tonight with her family, was transferred to the care of hospital staff. For their bravery and quick thinking under pressure, the department recognizes firefighter EMT James Drozen and firefighter EMT Franzel Willoughby with a Meritorious Pre-Hospital Care Award.
Round of applause. All right, well, there are so many more amazing stories that we're going to be able to tell throughout this evening, and again, my family, are so grateful to all of you, but the whole city really is, and we don't have enough opportunities to recognize in public what you do for all of us, and I am, again, so touched to have been a part of this evening tonight, but this work keeps you very busy. Everyone really deserves a chance to just relax, have a good meal, have a glass of wine. Let's eat, and we'll be back soon.
Let's hear it again for that pipe and drum band. Sorry, we're a little late coming back from dinner. We found a cell phone. We had to figure out who it was. The only thing we could figure out, it had to be somebody from the fire department. There were 14 notifications from chronic backstep, but can't figure out who it is, so. Thank you. Thank you. Right now, we'd like to welcome to the stage a very special partner for ours here in DC Fire and EMS. The people at MedStar take great care of us. They've taken great care of our patients, and we are very thankful to have Dr. Gregory J. Argyros from MedStar.
Well, thank you, everyone. And on behalf of the entire MedStar team and my comrades at the table there from MedStar Washington Hospital Center, we're honored to be here tonight to participate in tonight's events. It truly is an honor to sit and listen to the stories that we've heard and that we will continue to hear throughout the night. At the hospital center, we talk about one team, and we talk about the team within the confines of the building, but it's clear that that team extends out into the community. The great stories you've heard tonight about the recoveries, the saves that have occurred, result in a handoff to the hospital. And it's then the hospital's responsibility to continue the life-saving work that you all have started in the community. You heard from General Smith earlier today. We had the privilege of accepting the handoff for his care, and we're so excited that he's been able to join us tonight and return to duty in his role as Commandant of the Marine Corps. We know that every day, no one wakes up and plans to need your services, to need the services that we have at the hospital when you're talking about a trauma or a burn center. But it's absolutely necessary whenever you do it. One of the privileges that I have every day is to hear from patients and families who tell me stories about how they were saved out in the community, how all of you have contributed to them being able to return to a normal life and extend their lifespan because of the care that you provided and that you turn over to us for the continued care. We talked about the burn center when I was introduced. Those at the Pentagon on 9/11 never planned that a plane was going to crash into the Pentagon, and those survivors who came to the hospital center and have returned to normal lives were able to return to those normal lives because of the services of a burn center. Several years ago, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of the burn center, and DC Fire and EMS and MedStar Washington Hospital Center and our burn program have been partners throughout that entire 50-year period. We're in the process right now of an extensive renovation of our burn service, and all of you will continue to benefit from that. Over the next several years, you'll have the opportunity to come in and see the great work that is being done to ensure that we are providing cutting-edge care for all of our patients that deserve that. So on behalf of MedStar Health and MedStar Washington Hospital Center, we'd like to thank you for the partnership that we have had over 50+ years and look forward to continuing to work together as you, the teammates out in the community, hand off those patients to us for the continuation of the care that they all need and deserve. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, you've heard so many amazing stories tonight about the heroism of DC Fire and EMS first responders saving lives in the field.
But we also owe a tremendous thank you to our hospital partners, the trauma centers, where we bring our patients and where they are given the best care in the world.
Thank you again, MedStar, for everything you do for us. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and champions of courage, tonight our hearts swell with gratitude as we gather to celebrate the extraordinary valor and unwavering dedication of our heroic and life-saving firefighters, paramedics, and EMTs. In a world where every second counts, these remarkable individuals stand as beacons of hope, responding to the call of duty with unmatched bravery, compassion, and empathy. Tonight, we also honor and extend our most sincere gratitude to the unsung heroes who work tirelessly behind the scenes, our support services divisions, and our administrative coworkers. While the brave men and women of our department rush into the face of danger, it is the dedication and meticulous attention to detail of our administrative team that ensures the smooth operation for our organization. From managing budgets and schedules to coordinating training programs and logistics, you are the backbone of our department, providing vital support that enables us as first responders to do what we do best: save lives. From the raging flames of a working box alarm, the nail-biting intensity of a technical rescue, or the silent urgency of a medical emergency, our fellow firefighters and paramedics and EMTs are the fearless guardians of our communities, facing adversity head-on to protect and preserve life and property. With selfless resolve, they rush into the fray, sometimes risking their own safety to ensure the safety of others. Your unwavering commitment to service knows no bounds, and your actions speak volumes of your character and your integrity. But your heroism extends far beyond the realms of emergency responses. They are the reassuring voices in moments of panic, the steady hands in times of chaos, and the compassionate souls who offer solace and support to those in need. Your tireless efforts, often performed under the most challenging and harrowing of circumstances, embody the very essence of heroism. Tonight, as we come together in fellowship and admiration, let us pay tribute to all these exceptional individuals who exemplify the best of not only our department, but also that of humanity. Let us honor your courage, your sacrifice, and your unyielding commitment to making a difference in the lives of others. To our administrative coworkers, you are the unsung heroes of our department, the steady hands that ground us, and the silent champions who ensure that our mission is carried out with precision and efficiency. Your dedication, your tireless efforts, and your resolute commitment to our department do not go unnoticed, and we are eternally grateful for all that you do behind the scenes. Your commitment to excellence and your unwavering professionalism are the driving forces behind our successes, and your contributions often go unnoticed amidst the chaos of an emergency. But tonight, we shine a spotlight on your invaluable work and express our deepest gratitude for your service. To our fellow firefighters, paramedics, and EMTs, you are the true guardians of our communities, the silent heroes who walk among us, and tonight, we salute you and offer our deepest gratitude for your service, your sacrifice, and the sacrifices of your families. You're an inspiration to us all, and I am honored and humbled to stand before you as we celebrate your ingenuity, your zeal, and all of your accomplishments. Your legacy of heroism will forever be etched in our minds and in our hearts and our souls. Thank you. The highest award that the DC Fire and EMS Department can bestow upon one of its members for bravery and heroism is the Bronze Bar. Tonight, we have two presentations. David Palmer, could you come up, please? There's an old saying that better late than never. And that certainly holds true for the heroic actions of Lieutenant David Palmer. On March 9th of 2016, then technician David Palmer responded to a box alarm at 1717 Minnesota Avenue Southeast. This also shows that this department acknowledges when it has overlooked heroic actions performed by one of our members. Firefighter Technician Palmer arrived with Truck 7 at a fire in a 3-story apartment building to encounter a victim in a top-floor balcony surrounded by heavy smoke. Technician Palmer raced up the ladder to reach the victim. With the tip of the ladder some distance from the bottom of the railing, and without hesitation, he grabbed the vertical rails of the balcony and lifted himself up while wearing full turnout gear and SCBA. If he lost his grip or if the railing gave way, Technician Palmer surely would have plummeted to the ground. This action required extraordinary strength and placed Technician Palmer at great personal risk of being severely injured or possibly worse. As a result of this action, he was the first to reach and calm the victim. Removing an SCBA from a fellow firefighter on the ladder, he placed the mask over her face, and the victim was subsequently removed via the interior stairs. For this selfless act of bravery and for his actions involving great personal risk, Mark's skilled judgment, zeal, and ingenuity, which resulted in saving a patient's life, we are proud to award Lieutenant David Palmer with the Bronze Bar for Valor.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Good job, Luke.
An intoxicated and suicidal man climbed over the wall and laid down on the narrow ledge of the Taft Bridge in Northwest on May 20th, 2022. This presented an extraordinary challenge to our members, but with their training, teamwork, the members from the Special Operations Battalion saved the life of this individual. Attempts to talk to this person off the ledge were unsuccessful, and it became apparent that his mental state put the patient in a significant danger of falling to his death. Our members quickly developed and implemented a rope rescue plan. Firefighter Matthew Owen rappelled over the side to the patient and fashioned an improvised chest harness. Firefighter Jason Tarbell lowered into a position adjacent to Firefighter Owen. Together, they raised the patient to apply the harness and hauled him up to safety, where he was transferred to EMS for treatment and transport. This patient recovered. He met with the crew and said, if it wasn't for their actions, these brave men and women, this incident would have had a tragic ending.
Ladies and gentlemen, Captain Robert Bozarth from Rescue Squad 2. If we could have Firefighter Owen and Firefighter Jason Tarbell come up, please. Excuse me, Sergeant Tarbell.
For their actions involving great personal risk, marked skill, judgment, zeal, ingenuity, and actions that resulted in saving a patient's life, we proudly present Rescue Squad firefighter Matthew Owen and Sergeant Jason Tarbell with the Class 1 Bronze Bar for Valor.
If we could have the crew from Engine 25, Truck 8, Engine 33, and Medic 33 come up for the incident on Savannah Street in Southeast. On July 28, 2023, Engine and Medic 33 were dispatched for an accident with a pedestrian struck. Upon arrival at 4th and Savannah Street Southeast, these units encountered a vehicle into a structure and a 5-year-old girl trapped beneath the car. They quickly requested additional resources. This young girl was critically injured, and initial attempts to free her from beneath the vehicle were unsuccessful. Firefighter paramedic Trevor Sebring suggested using a portable ladder to lift the vehicle off the child. Firefighter Sebring and Gobantes grabbed the 24-foot portable ladder from the wagon, while firefighter Iannuzzi grabbed a standpipe rack. These members created a cantilever, and working together as a cohesive unit, the vehicle rose several inches as firefighter paramedic Sebring attempted to slide the child free. They then saw that she was wearing a backpack which was caught up on the tailpipe. Firefighter Christopher Iannuzzi used some shears to cut away the backpack, and the critically injured girl was removed to safety. She was immediately provided with advanced life support and transported by helicopter to the hospital. The quick thinking, ingenuity, teamwork, communication, and determination by the members of Engine 33, Truck 8, Engine 25, Medic 33, and Medic 25 were instrumental in saving this young girl's life. Let's take a look back at that day.
So I'm Engine 33, Medic 33, Truck 6, Battalion 3, Squad 3, Ambulance 32, EMS 3, and Medic 25 responding for a motorcycle accident, a child on the vehicle, crossing 4th and Savannah Street Southeast. Also get 3221 4th Street Southeast.
The rescue squad should be pulling up any minute, okay?
Car get into the house, doesn't appear to be any structural damage.
And 33 is on the scene. We attempting to remove the child from under the vehicle right now.
Okay, Battalion 3, can you start the chopper, helicopter?
Okay. 4th and Mississippi for the landing zone.
Yes, affirmative.
Battalion 3, the child is removed from under the vehicle.
Eagles en route, land is on his 4th Mississippi, correct?
That is correct. Commanding Eagle to the medic units in position, waiting on your arrival.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are grateful to have 6-year-old Racy Gordon here tonight with her family, and we'd like to invite her up on the stage to help to present these awards. Racy.
Hi, I'm 6 years old, and I want to say that I
want to thank them?
Thank you for praying for everybody. And I want to tell you that me and my dad feel good, but my dad is at the hospital.
The following members are receiving a Unit Citation Award, and please come up. Lieutenant Donald Steele, Firefighter Technician Nichelle Ajayi, Firefighter Paramedic Matthew Rubenstein, Firefighter EMT Christopher Iannuzzi, Firefighter EMT Kareem James, Firefighter Paramedic Trevor Sebring, and Firefighter EMT Isaiah Gobantes, and Paramedic Tanisha Wormley. We also would like to welcome up the United States Park Police Aviation Unit here with us tonight, Rescue Technician Sergeant John Demjanovich. Yes, sir.
First of all, my family and I would like to say thank you. We are so honored to be here tonight. As a mother, this is my only child. I could not stand up here before you all without telling you how we are so honored and grateful for this team, our first responders of Washington, D.C. My child was enlisted as a 1 in a million case at Children's Hospital. So I had to state that without their swift efforts, she would not be here, along with my husband, who could not be here tonight, as my daughter stated, who's in a hospital recovering from, he's having complications. So I'm so honored to you guys. You just don't know how even our U.S. Park Police was on the scene how they correlated with EMS. Our first responders, Washington, D.C., EMT. I'm speechless, as you can see. My daughter's 6 years old. She was able to celebrate her 6th birthday because of this team and this swift effort. So again, we are so honored and grateful. If I never understood or never really appreciated any situation with our first responders in DC, I can say thank you this day, because without them first, and then the hands at Children's Hospital, my child nor my husband would be here. So thank you.
Hold up, guys. Hold up. Hold up. You need to get Steve Rings medal. He hasn't already gotten it. Before you leave the stage, in addition to the unit citation, Department Advisory Board of Awards for his marked skill, judgment, zeal, and ingenuity, and actions that resulted in saving a patient's life, we present firefighter paramedic Trevor Sebring with a bronze bar for merit. Trevor, take a step forward. You good? Congratulations. That's good. Thank you very much. Thank you. I got this one. 301 49th Street Northeast. Anybody who ever spent time at Engine 30, Truck 17 knows that address. Kelly Miller School. On the morning of July 20th, 2023, Ambulance 30 was dispatched by themselves to 301 49th Street Northeast for a reported person down on the basketball court. The call was upgraded first to a seizure and then to a cardiac arrest, adding Medic 27, Engine 30, EMS 2. Ambulance 30 arrived first to find a 13-year-old male on a basketball court, not breathing and without a pulse. They immediately began CPR and used an AED, delivering one shock before ALS arrived. Medic 27 arrived and found the patient in a shockable rhythm after applying the Zoll monitor and delivered one additional shock. The patient had a return of spontaneous circulation, regained a normal heart rhythm, and was immediately transported to Children's Hospital with the assistance of firefighter Shutt, Engine 30's paramedic. Following a stay at the hospital and rehabilitating his at home, he made a full recovery. Here with us tonight to help us recognize the members of DC Fire and EMS, Engine 30, Ambulance 27, and Medic 27, please welcome now 14-year-old Eliza Jenkins. For their outstanding care in the field, we present the following members with a meritorious pre-hospital care award. Firefighter paramedic Michaela Turner, firefighter EMT Arlester Ellis, firefighter paramedic Robert Shutt, firefighter EMT Daryl Barnett, and firefighter EMT Dominique Shorter. Please come up.
just want to take a moment to thank you guys for what you did for my son. He's my baby boy. He was born with a heart condition. It just so happens he was scheduled to go for pre-op testing the day before this happened. When I got the phone call, I was a little shocked to hear that he had collapsed on a basketball court. But thanks to the fast-acting actions of the team, you guys saved my baby's life. And I am forever grateful, thankful, humbled, and blessed for your fast-acting actions. You guys are amazing, and Washington, D.C. is blessed to have you guys as part of an awesome team and department. Thank you guys so much.
Rescue Squad 3, number 4 platoon, would you please come to the front? On March 9th, 2023, at 3348 6th Street Southeast, the words Rescue Squad took on a special meaning that day. Squad 3 raced towards a fire at an apartment on 6th Street Southeast with reports of people trapped. They arrived on the scene and saw smoke pouring from a first-floor window. They hopped the fence, 4 security bars on a sliding glass door, and entered. In high heat and zero visibility, they searched for a trapped child. Both search teams advanced ahead of a hose line. Firefighter Brady Bumbaugh found an unconscious 6-year-old child on the floor at the foot of the bed. Bumbaugh immediately notified his search team partner, firefighter Michael Abel, that he had located a victim, and they began to remove the child. As all this was taking place, firefighter Daniel Newman advised the search team that the bedroom had security bars. The team rushed the child to safety via the entry point of the living room. Firefighter Bumbaugh handed the unconscious child to Rescue Squad driver, firefighter paramedic Nicholas Oros, who immediately began life-saving interventions. For their actions involving great personal risks under testing conditions in locating and removing an unconscious child, we proudly present the following members of My Rescue Squad 3 with the Class 2 5U Unit Citation Award: Sergeant David Dean, Technician Paramedic Brady Bumbaugh, Firefighter Brendan Abel, Firefighter Paramedic Brady Bumbaugh, and Firefighter EMT Daniel Newman.
I will say that when we were making some phone calls to get some background on some of these fires and some of these rescues, something that stuck in my mind was talking to Sergeant David Dean, and he commented that the amount of time that took place from these guys to get out of the back of the rescue squad to make it into that building and out with that child was the fastest thing he's ever seen in his entire life.
Facts.
Let's hear it for Rescue Squad 3.
On Monday, January 30th, 2023, the mighty Rescue Squad 3 responded to a box alarm for a house fire at 1632 Ridge Place Southeast. The squad arrived at a 2-story row home with heavy smoke showing. The crew encountered cluttered conditions as they began their search. Despite these challenges, firefighter Ryan Black was quickly able to locate the stairs and raced up to the 2nd floor. Searching his way through heavy smoke, firefighter Black located a semi-conscious victim in the front bedroom. He radioed for assistance and began dragging the victim towards the stairs, where he was joined by other members of Rescue Squad 3. Together, they quickly removed the woman to safety and into the hands of EMS. Firefighter Black then rushed back inside to complete a search. Firefighter Black's efficient execution of a search above the fire in zero visibility conditions directly resulted in saving the life of this victim. For this reason, we are proud to present firefighter EMT Ryan Black with a Class 2 5 Valor Award. Come on up here, Ryan.
I have a note from our host and our sponsor tonight. Everyone was supposed to get a raffle ticket. If you did not get a raffle ticket, if you could quickly put your hand up, we'll make sure that you get a raffle ticket. We have some sponsors that provided some awesome raffle ticket prizes. Put your hands up. All right, put them down. Put them back up. Sir, I can't see. There's a shine off of my head, Gino's head, so I'm sorry, I can't see you in the crowd. On July 20th, 2023, EMS Lieutenant Holly O'Byrne and now Lieutenant Ian O'Byrne were at Georgetown Hospital when they were suddenly and unexpectedly thrust into a chaotic situation. Lieutenant O'Byrne was at Georgetown Hospital for a chemotherapy appointment. As they entered the parking garage, they encountered multiple victims who had been struck by an out-of-control vehicle. These two quickly leapt into action without hesitation, assessing and triaging patients, including one patient who eventually went into cardiac arrest after being removed from a wheelchair who was crushed against a pylon. They removed debris from another victim and helped work to free several other victims that were trapped. As law enforcement and hospital staff arrived together, they worked as a team to treat and remove patients to the nearby emergency room. EMS Lieutenant Holly O'Byrne and Lieutenant Ian O'Byrne are not here tonight. They're away on a previously planned vacation. One other note, Lieutenant O'Byrne is recovering after going into cardiac arrest himself, and he was saved by an off-duty firefighter in Stafford County. So if there's any doubt that Second saves lives and you bystanders on the street don't help, it's evident here tonight. For their bravery and professionalism in the face of this unexpected tragedy, we are proud to award EMS Lieutenant Holly O'Byrne and Lieutenant Ian O'Byrne with a Class 2-6 Award for Merit, and we thankfully and honorably accept it on their behalf. If we could get the crew from Engine Company 30 and Truck Company 17 up to the stage, I'd appreciate it. Engine Company 30 and Truck 17 arrived at a working apartment fire at 5216 D Street Southeast on May 6, 2023, to find heavy smoke from both the entrance and upper floors of the building, along with multiple occupants in distress signaling for help. Both units immediately swung into action. The crew of Truck 17, my alma mater, began throwing portable ground ladders as the aerial shot up to the roof. The result was several successful rescues. As these exterior rescues were in progress, Engine Company 30 advanced their line into the blazing first floor apartment with intense heat and smoke that engulfed the second floor. Truck Company 17's officer and barman encountered another victim after forcing entry into a second floor apartment. Due to the aggressive firefighting efforts by Engine Company 30, the victim was successfully moved via the interior stairs. The members of both companies exhibited great skill and judgment at considerable personal risk, resulting in 1 interior rescue and 12 exterior rescues. For these reasons, we are proud to present the following members with the Class 2-5 Unit Citation Award. From Engine Company 30, Captain Adam Moose. Firefighter EMT Stephen Van Ness. Firefighter Paramedic Dylan Sharp, now Sergeant. Firefighter EMT Cole Bumbaugh. From Truck Company 17, Lieutenant Donald Morrell. Firefighter Technician Toby Seeley. Firefighter Technician Joseph Arias, Firefighter EMT Aaron Wedlock, and Firefighter EMT Christian Willis. You want it first?
Ashes, Max, Cinder.
To a heartbreaking story about a former firefighter and cancer survivor. He lost his 2 beloved Dalmatians when his D.C. apartment went up in flames over the weekend.
And his family is trying to help him cope with his losses while a 3rd pet is being treated for her injuries.
I had no idea that she had been revived and put in an ambulance and taken down to veg till one of the neighbors came up because I was waiting on animal control to pick up the other 2. They're like, they took her away in an ambulance. She's okay. And then I see a video of them wheeling her into the emergency vet, and I'm like, I'll be damned.
Well, I was assisting in advancing hose line up to the apartment fire floor. Another firefighter was coming down with Cinder, the dog, and I was in the stairwell, and it was easier for me to take the dog from the firefighter coming down from the rescue squad instead of him trying to squeeze by me. So I took the dog, put my mask on the dog as I was carrying it outside because the dog was still breathing.
There she was, already had a nasal cannula stitched to her forehead and just hating life. She spent 5 days down there, and then we had to take her out to Southpaw and put her in a hyperbaric unit. Her lungs were oozing hemoglobin, and not only was it helping the infection, but it was drowning her at the same time.
Oh, it feels great that, the Cinder was able to make it. She did have a long recovery, and from what I hear, they did a wonderful job, in helping the dog recover. And it's glad that she's up and about and back to a dog life.
It's a memorial bracelet that the firefighters wear for fallen, and it was sent to me in the mail, and they had all the information on the dogs. And this is it. And it hadn't been off my wrist since.
On May 20th, 2023, we responded to a fire at 4540 MacArthur Boulevard Northwest. Those immediately endangered 3 of Danny Johnson's Dalmatians. It wasn't known at the time, but Danny is a former volunteer Loudoun County firefighter. The dogs were removed from the fire floor, and 2 of them laid lifeless, while the 3rd dog, Cinder, was rapidly declining. When he found Cinder on the sidewalk struggling to breathe, firefighter technician George Martin took decisive steps to save the dog's life. He performed chest compressions on Cinder, and with the help of our now Chief Communications Officer, but then Friendship Fire Association volunteer Noah Gray, they secured a specialized canine non-rebreather mask. Cinder's condition improved, and Martin continued advocating for the dog, who Noah Gray was going to take to a nearby veterinary emergency group animal hospital in his POV. By the time Gray pulled his car up to transport Cinder, Martin had already advocated for the dog to be transported by DC Fire and EMS. Since there were resources on the scene that weren't needed for human life, Ambulance 29 transported Cinder. Gray notified Veg, who enthusiastically accepted the Dalmatian and immediately stabilized her. After a few days hospital at the vet, Cinder survived. For his compassion and swift response, we are proud to present Technician George Martin a Class 3 award for merit. Unfortunately, Firefighter Martin is unable to be here this evening, but helping accept this award on his behalf is Danny Johnson and the dog Cinder.
Captain, you started out the program tonight saying, thank you all for being here. No, thank you all for being here. May 20th, went to a Nationals game, came home, got him out for a walk, put him back up in the apartment, went to talk to an MPD officer, neighbor 20 minutes later, your apartment's on fire. Man, come on. It was true. She was the first one out. I ran up onto the fire scene, flip-flops, shorts, Nats jersey. I'd done it before, but I wasn't in the right gear. Anyway, they were trying to breach the door. Gosh, the door's open. We can't get in. The door's open. I got 3 dogs in there. They're probably at the door. They put their shoulder to the door, and her paw fell out in view first. So she was the first one out. Down the stairs we went, laid her down on the sidewalk. They said, give her to me. I didn't know who George Martin was. I know who he is now, and we visit him when we can. Went back into the building 2 more times to get the other 2, but it was too late. She spent 11 days in emergency care, and she's doing better than I am. And thank you all for, I mean, there are kids, even though they're not our kids, they're family. And that you did this, not just for me, but you would do it for anybody, is just above bravery. It's compassion, it's love. And thank you all once again. Vito, the crews from Truck 12, Engine 20, Engine 29, Truck 5, Engine 5, and Truck 2. And the ambulances that showed up. That was a rough day, but you know what? There she is. Thank you very much. And thank you, George Martin.
I've been waiting for this day for so long. Engine Company 15, please come to the front. In the words of the company commander of Engine Company 15, Captain Chris Moore, I was told as a sergeant that if you arrive at a firehouse and the floor isn't wet and you can't smell bacon, you are in for a good day. That holds true across every shift at Engine 15. A typical day at Engine 15 starts well before the sun rises when the members begin equipment and apparatus checks. The members work well together and are accountable for each other and their actions. This attitude starts with the technicians, most whom have been in their respective positions for over 10 years. They set the example of reporting early, being attentive to each task, and constantly evaluating and improving on tactics, positioning, and routes taken to box assignments. Engine 15's teamwork consistently puts one of the top 5 busiest companies in the city in the right place and the right time on most incidents. It is not luck or chance. It is truly based on the amount of constant training, involvement, and buy-in that is created by all the members of the company who desire to be the best. Engine Company 15 responded to over 8,000 calls for service in 2023, including many high-priority calls with significant trauma, cardiac arrest, and of course, working fires. I know you guys are excited. You need to chill out. I'm just playing. Even with that workload, Engine 15 places a premium on training, performing thousands of hours of both formal and informal training, including tabletop and on-scene discussions, and after-incident hot washes. In a neighborhood like Anacostia, there must be a connection between the members and the community. Engine 15's members are involved in the assigned tasks given by the department, such as community events, Toys for Tots, but also can be seen at Anacostia High School football games, on the basketball court at Berry Farms, and delivering meals to families in need during the holidays. 2023 was the 125th anniversary of Engine Company 15, celebrated amongst both active and retired members. Seeing the members of the past and present bridge the generational gap and share stories that were years apart but remarkably similar and truly inspirational. If there was one core value that best describes the members of Engine Company 15, it would be service. The members of Engine Company 15 pride themselves in the service to citizens, the visitors, and to each other. When members fall upon hard times, when members fall upon hard times, the others are there to pick them up because we treat every person like family. The department recognizes the following members of Engine Company 15, our 2023 Company of the Year. Engine 15 No. 1 Platoon, Lieutenant Brian Stoley, Lieutenant Kevin Gay, Firefighter Technician Toylan Butler, Firefighter Paramedic Sosa, Firefighter Paramedic Woitis Brooks, Firefighter EMT Christopher Schifoni, Firefighter Joseph Savoy, and Firefighter Kenny Montague. No. 2 Platoon, Lieutenant Jimmy Hughes, Firefighter Technician James Bobo, Firefighter Paramedic Trevor Good, Firefighter Paramedic Will Schoner, Firefighter EMT Vice Tech Brian Tixon, Firefighter Destiny Green, and Firefighter Aaron Windsor. No. 3 Platoon, Lieutenant Tony White, Lieutenant Ryan Bolton, Firefighter Technician Mac Williams, Firefighter Technician Brittany Clements, Firefighter Paramedic Andrew Kelly, Firefighter Paramedic Tanner Williamson, Firefighter EMT Gary Yadell, Firefighter EMT Sean Garst, and Firefighter EMT Jason Sullivan. And the mighty No. 4 Platoon, Captain Christopher Moore, Firefighter Technician Matthew Smith, Firefighter Paramedic Jasmine Hester, Firefighter Paramedic Lucas Tronero, Firefighter EMT Sidney De Silva, Firefighter EMT Ali Murphy, and Firefighter EMT Liliana Luvano. Engine Company 15, you should be proud of yourselves. You finally got one for the bleachers.
If we could have the members of the Rock step forward, please. Fire Chief John Donnelly, Sr., could you step forward for a moment, please? Yes, sir.
In 2015, after the LaFont Plaza incident, the National Capital Region got together and the Rock Fire Liaison position was created. Initially it was a day work position, it wasn't around the clock, and then within a year it was staffed 24 hours a day with regional partners that have Metro Rail system within their jurisdiction. As time went on, the demand went on and the call volume increased, and the District of Columbia moved into a more interactive, more proactive mode. We are the main staffing for the fire liaison. We have 4 captains there that staff that position 24 hours a day, and they coordinate from the Rock in Virginia out to all the other jurisdictions that have Metro. So they provide information on administrative issues, they provide information on emergency responses, they deconflict incidents in and around the Metro system. So one of the things we're most proud of and we appreciate the most from the Rock Fire Liaisons is their intervention in emergency incidents and the information they provide. On any given day, you'll hear Rock Fire Liaison to Unit X. By them getting involved and providing information, they reduce the amount of time it takes to us to get to patients most times, and it reduces the amount of time it takes us to get to fire incidents within the Metro system.
Before we present the award, we have 3 raffles tonight, and we're going to get Fire Chief Don Donnelly to pick the 3 raffle tickets. So Amy Morrow and Chief Donnelly.
Thank you. Am I reading them too? Yeah, do you have your glasses? No, I don't have my glasses.
Ticket number 348746. 348746. These are Nationals tickets, sir. No. Number 348744. 348744. We got a winner? Here we go, Christopher Holmes. 325. Come on up, Yancey.
Hello, how are you? Congratulations. You're doing a great job.
348141. 348141. 141. I need another one. 141. Going once. Going twice. 348153. 153. We have a winner? There we go. Wizards tickets. Absolutely.
I want to thank Ward 6 Councilmember Charles Allen for the Nationals tickets and Monumental Sports and Entertainment for the Wizards and Capitals tickets.
The Rail Operations Center Fire Liaison. For several years, the department has maintained a presence at the Washington Metropolitan Area Transit Authority Rail Operations Control Center, or the ROC. DC Fire and EMS manages the ROC Fire Liaison program, providing overall outstanding service at the scene of emergencies. Fire department captains coordinate communications with the 8 regional fire departments with Metro Rail facilities. The ROC Fire Liaison must skillfully use the Metro's camera system, the Chem Biological Emergency Management System sensors, and have a vast knowledge of Metro's maps and effectively communicate with Metro staff in the control center, all while maintaining and reporting on equipment owned by WMATA, DC, PG County, Maryland, Montgomery County, Maryland, Fairfax County, Virginia, Arlington, Virginia, Alexandria, Virginia, and Loudoun County, Virginia. They also step up to work the 2, 2, and 4 schedule outside of the department's familiar structure. The captains assigned to the ROC work diligently to assist multiple agencies operating within the WMATA system, making their operations more efficient, acting with professionalism, and having a positive effect on the region at large. The department recognizes the following well-deserving members of the ROC program: Special Operations Deputy Fire Chief Daniel McCoy, Special Operations Battalion Fire Chief Jason Auth, Captain Matthew Woolston, ROC Program Manager, Captain Ryan Fisher, ROC Program Manager, Captain Dexter Williams, Captain David Fitzgerald, Captain Benjamin Sternberg, Captain Marcus Trotter, Captain Ryan Gokenauer, Captain Rosalio Leo Ruiz, and Captain Brian Stoley. If we could get the members from Fire Operations to come up as we watch this short video.
Fire Operations, Tennessee.
So fiscal year 23, October 1st, 2022, the first 8 officers were assigned to the Fire Operations Center at 16 Engine.
And this helps with general operations to constantly have an understanding of what's going on with our resources, what may be going on with any scheduled protests or unscheduled protests, First Amendment situations. We understand that the deputy fire chief, when he goes out on responses, there still needs to be someone who has a situational awareness of the events that are going on in the city.
People probably don't realize or even know is that they deal with incidents that aren't normal, right, or aren't regular, and they have to deconflict to figure out how to fix them. We're playing into the Tower of Montgomery County. The FOC was able to provide our resources on the scene, a blueprint of the tower, and information on the plane specific to fuel, construction, and that actually aided in the response plan and the rescue plan for that. The Fire Operations deconflicts U.S. Capitol and White House runs daily. But a lot of times out in the field, guys like, oh, the FOC got me, Fire Ops got me, or whatever. We follow times, right? Response times, on the scene times, en route times. Our watching and getting involved has nothing to do with anything other than wanting to make sure that they are safe and that we're accounted for. That on any given day, when I'm going home, coming back, whatever, I'm asleep at night, I know that if something happens, there's a crew at the Fire Operations Center ready to handle that emergency. Whether it's the most basic low-level emergency to the multiple alarm incident where we're pulling in resources from all over the region. The guys and girls that work here are able to do that without any direction, right? They are comfortable enough and they are now provided enough direction that they address emergencies on their own.
Starting in October 2022, department members undertook the demanding task of creating a fully functioning Fire Operations Center. This initiative established 24/7 citywide overwatch, allowing the department to elevate its roles and responsibilities during significant incidents affecting its administrative and operational capabilities. This group of officers created an operational unit that is the envy of our local and federal partners. From day one until today, the FOC has developed a model that enhances daily oversight and improves effectiveness and efficiency across all divisions. More importantly, it ensures that department maintains mission capabilities during multiple or escalating incidents that could severely impact resources. What is most impressive is that many of the FOC's initiatives are self-initiated and executed. While staffed on a 24/7 basis and with a constant workload, just 2 assigned personnel per tour operate at a tempo that is second to none. The department recognizes the hard work and dedication of the following members who are now or were previously assigned to the Fire Operations Center. Captain Charles Chuck Jones, Captain Ronnie Kalinowski, Captain Kevin Klein, Captain Jason Moore, Captain Matthew Woolston, Captain Michael Walker, Lieutenant Jason Edwards, Lieutenant Raymond Edwards, Lieutenant Trayvon Gardner, and Lieutenant James P. Seavey, Jr. Come on up. What's that? We also want to congratulate Captain Brian Palmer, Battalion Fire Chief Edward Kaufman, and Deputy Fire Chief Danny McCoy. Wasn't on my list, sorry. Yes, sir. We're coming into the home stretch, I promise. Your relief is almost here. It's almost 7 o'clock. If you guys need to get up and stretch it a little bit, please do so. We still have a couple of very important awards. They're all important. Nobody? Keep it moving. To present the next award for Administrative Employee of the Award, Assistant Fire Chief James Hansen.
Good evening. So I have the distinct honor of awarding the Administrative Employee of the Year to Melissa Blanco, our program analyst at the Fleet Management Division. Melissa's commitment to self-improvement is evident in her proactive approach to professional development. She consistently demonstrates a strong desire to enhance her skills and knowledge, actively participating both in in-person and online training programs. By seizing these opportunities, Melissa not only enriches her capabilities, but also contributes to the overall achievement of our team at the Fleet Maintenance Division and the organization as a whole. Melissa has been instrumental in improving communication feedback loops within the Fleet Maintenance Division. Through her efforts, she has enhanced the division's ability to convey vital information promptly and accurately, fostering a collaborative and efficient work environment. Melissa's selfless dedication is truly admirable. She readily steps up in covering staffing gaps and supports her colleagues, ensuring that operations continue smoothly even during challenging times. Melissa's willingness to go above and beyond reflects her deep sense of professionalism and genuine concern for the well-being of the fleet maintenance team. Melissa Blanco exemplifies the qualities of an outstanding administrative employee: dedication, professionalism, and a relentless commitment to continuous improvement. For these reasons and many more, the department is proud to present Melissa Blanco with the Administrative Employee of the Year Award.
Our next award is for Administrative Employee of the Year. It's going to be presented by Dr. Robert Holman, our recently retired medical director. Dr. Holman.
As a program analyst in the Office of the Medical Director, Gabriel Gann is tasked with the performance of tracking the performance of departmental programs and developing methods and metrics for systemic improvement. Among his efforts, Mr. Gann tracked the department's efforts to divert intoxicated patients first to RAP, and through his work monitoring that performance, greatly assisted the successful development of the DC Stabilization Center launch, which occurred in October of 2023. Gabe has also led efforts to improve stroke care for the department through the DC Stroke Collaborative, which is comprised of neurologists and stroke coordinators from the district's stroke centers. He developed the Stroke Bundle of Care, tracked its performance, and communicated its value to our members. Because of his efforts, one of the bundle's components, namely the documentation of last known well times, went from 53% in FY23 Q1 to 94% in FY24. This has allowed our stroke centers to immediately determine patient eligibility for the essential thrombolytic therapies or thrombectomies. In addition, Gabe has been the OMD, the Office of the Medical Director's division lead on Triptychs implementation. He customized the Triptychs platform to our needs, managed the training and the deployment of the devices to all frontline units, and served as the department's coordinator, ensuring that employees were comfortable using this new system. Also in 2023, Gabe led the configuration of the Office of the Unified Communications 911 response system changeover, spending hundreds of hours to ensure a successful launch for the department. We are proud to recognize Mr. Gabriel Gann as the Administrative Employee of the Year Award.
DC Fire and EMS, one organization providing two vital functions for the district. The importance of both aspects of our mission cannot be overstated. That's because EMS calls are such a key way for us to connect with the citizens and visitors in this great city. EMS is often the first point of contact for individuals experiencing a medical emergency, the difference between life and death. It helps build a strong relationship with the community that ensures people feel comfortable reaching out for the help that they need, giving our providers the timely ability to provide life-saving care. Trust is the foundation of any successful EMS system. When community members trust EMS providers to deliver competent and compassionate care, they are more likely to cooperate during emergencies and to follow our medical advice, leading to better outcomes for everyone. That's why the talent and dedication of our fire and EMS personnel is so important, and why I want to bring to the stage EMS Captain Derek McMahon and Dr. Robert Holman, who both of them nominated two of our employees, both for EMT and Paramedic of the Year, and they both were recipients and will be honored this evening. Here to present Paramedic of the Year and Excellence in Emergency Medical Care for 2023, please welcome EMS Captain Derek McMahon and Medical Director Dr. Robert Holman.
Hi, thank you very much. I'd like to recommend firefighter Derek Holland. Inspires us all in the department through his dedication to his peers and the service to his community. Firefighter Derek Holland is a firefighter paramedic at Engine 8, and over the years successfully has set the standard for patient care. Derek shows his dedication and compassion towards the citizens he serves on each and every response. He is regularly up all hours of night, almost every day, always ready to take the next call with a positive attitude.
As a field training officer, Holland has mentored multiple members throughout 2023, including candidates needing special attention, handpicked by the Office of the Medical Director. His patience, expertise, and guidance have contributed significantly to the growth and development of his mentees.
Derek also played a key role as a lead instructor in the FTEP Program 16, providing great knowledge and skills to his recruits. His involvement as an instructor for the Paramedic GW program also highlights his proficiency and leadership in a paramedic education. He was also integral in the rollout and teaching of the Sim Lab and Sim Transport units at PR Harris, which offers realistic training and experiences for EMS personnel. Paramedic Derek Holland has also left a lasting impression on both his patients and his colleagues. His dedication to excellence in his role sets a high standard for everyone around him. Paramedic Derek Holland is recognized as the DC Fire and EMS Paramedic of the Year 2023.
The Excellence in Emergency Medical Care by Emergency Medical Technician was awarded to EMT Lerone Newman. She is not here tonight, and if anybody can question her commitment to the service that she provides, she is actually on her unit tonight, riding and providing care to the citizens east of the Anacostia. We gladly accept this award on her behalf. Technician Antonio Fernandez, Engine Company 20, number 3 platoon, was awarded Firefighter of the Year. Unfortunately, Firefighter Fernandez also could not be here with us tonight. We accept his award on his behalf. Our next award goes to someone that you really don't want to get a phone call from, but we love hearing from her. The Administrative Officer of the Year Award will be presented by Assistant Fire Chief Gary Steen.
Good evening. Throughout her distinguished 27 years of service, Captain Melanie Barnes has exhibited an unwavering dedication to duty and an exemplary level of professionalism, particularly within the Internal Affairs Division, where adherence to principles of diligence, integrity, and ethical conduct are of paramount importance. Captain Barnes embodies effective leadership within the fire service, consistently demonstrating a deep-seated commitment to upholding the highest standards of integrity and fostering an environment of trust and transparency. Captain Barnes' guidance and support have not only shaped the careers of many individuals, but have also contributed to a more cohesive and resilient team dynamic. Beyond her professional duties, Captain Barnes' commitment to community service and engagement exemplifies her sense of duty and honor. Her endeavors have positively impacted numerous lives, from providing support during challenging times to spearheading various community outreach initiatives. Captain Melanie Barnes epitomizes the values and ideals that define this department. The department recognizes her as the Administrative Officer of the Year.
IT. You should. Along with our EMT of the Year Award and our Paramedic of the Year Award, we would be remiss if we did not thank the family of David Rosenbaum for everything that they have done to help us transform our EMS system for so many years, and they are a staunch supporter of the DC Fire and EMS Department. The family of David Rosenbaum, Toby Holliday, they're here tonight. Thank you very much for your support. Could we have the members of the IT department? Information technology. Smile, Chief. Informational technology is a critical tool in the fire emergency medical services, providing those things that must work when time is of the essence. During fiscal year 2023, the IT division successfully deployed 2 complex and critical new systems while the department continued to provide critical services to our residents and visitors. The team implemented a new recording system to satisfy the National Fire Incident Reporting System, or NFIRS, and launched triptychs to replace our legacy patient care reporting system. These substantial projects required all members of the IT division to become subject matter experts for equipment, deployment, training, and software implementation of both systems. These systems required the members of the division to re-image hundreds of tablets, oversee installation of mobile mounts in our entire fleet, and provide technical support for the training of over 2,000 responders. To meet the timeline, members of the IT division worked double duty, dedicating their time to this effort while still supporting all the department's ongoing technology needs. The effort exemplified the importance of teamwork and collaboration. The department can now harness enhanced building inspection and detailed patient care data to improve safety citywide and improve patient outcomes. To receive the award and recognize his members, it is great pleasure to introduce Deputy Fire Chief Thomas Chenworth.
All right, thank you. We'll read the names of the members that are here with us and also that weren't able to make it tonight. We'll start out with our Chief Information Officer, Melanie Baisley. Deputy Chief Information Officer, Webster Chapman. Program Analyst, Jody Agraw, who's not here tonight. Program Analyst, Ozell Cooper, who's not here tonight. Program Analyst, Jordan Haskell. Program Analyst, Raj Kerr. Program Analyst Panina Shumwanga, who's here tonight. Information Technology Specialist Valerie Freeman. Information Technology Specialist Jose Garzias, who's not here with us. Information Technology Specialist John Gladden. Information Technology Specialist Aja Hamid, who's not with us tonight. Information Technology Specialist Clark Scott, who's with us tonight. Telecommunications Specialist Jesse Wimbish. Project Manager John Quill Prophet. Canon Contractor Albert Terrell. And then AD Contractor Abir Trividi. So thank you very much.
To present our Officer of the Year from Fire Prevention Division, Assistant Fire Chief Gary Steen.
Lieutenant David Darbrow serves in the Fire Prevention Division as the Geographical Inspections Section Supervisor. Lieutenant Darbrow is responsible for the bulk of the work that is performed by the division. Coming into this position, when he was first promoted lieutenant, Lieutenant Darbrow only had a general understanding of code enforcement and the tasks that the Fire Prevention Division performs. Since his time here, he is certified as a fire inspector and fire investigator and helped develop the department's first ever accredited for the fire inspector curriculum. Lieutenant Darbrow spends countless hours outside of his normal duties, coordinating the special events, evening inspectors, and after-hours complaints and questions. He has been instrumental in the Fire Prevention Division's outreach efforts and have directly reached over 2,000 individual residents throughout the city during fiscal year 23. Despite the workload, Lieutenant Darbo always makes the time to attend to each of his members' unique needs and problems. He is a trusted and fair supervisor who will always do what is right for his members. Due to all of the exceptional work and contributions that he has made to the Fire Prevention Division, we recognize Lieutenant David Darborough as Officer of the Year.
To present another Officer of the Year award, Chief Thomas Chenworth.
Nick Ragucci, if you can come up to the stage. Sergeant Nicholas Ragucci exceeds at every task to which he is assigned and works to ensure the department is a leader in regional telecommunications committees and working groups. His dedication and expertise was evident in FY23 when the Homeland Security and Emergency Management Agency requested his assistance in development and setup of their Emergency Operations Center. This project included the deployment of computer hardware, computer-aided dispatch links, cellular communications connectivity, computer-aided dispatch, and the setup of the radio communications system in the Fire Operations Center at HSEMA. Nick's critical support of another agency's project will ultimately benefit the department and district during significant planned events and large-scale emergencies. Nick also fosters the department's relationships with the Office of Unified Communications and the Information Technology Division and Radio Divisions at OUC. He provides a technical voice for our portable and mobile radios, mobile data computers, and wireless routers, and the computer-aided dispatch system. Nick has coordinated the deployment of new portable radios to the department, updated features in portable radios through code plug developments and wireless programming. He's also developed radio and router specifications for new apparatus, has worked directly with OUC and Motorola to redesign our outdated vehicle repeater system in preparation for new mobile radios in FY24. Additionally, Nick has assisted in the development of the Power Phone call intake system alongside OUC to ensure the proper response packages are dispatched when members of the department are experiencing issues with radios, MDCs, unit tracking, the purpose alerting system, or other issues. They instinctively reach out to Nick for his in-depth knowledge of these systems and his ability to correct the issue or assemble a team to address the issue for us. The Information Technology Division reached out to Nick when setting up the temperature monitoring devices for the whole blood program. And as expected, Nick quickly developed a plan, configured the sensors and the gateways that communicate through the vehicle routers, and installed the gateways in frontline EMS supervisors' vehicles, as well as reserve vehicles. This system effectively monitors the whole blood temperature levels and feeds the data into whole blood situational dashboards. Sergeant Ragucci is an invaluable resource for the department, and we are fortunate to have him among our ranks with the knowledge, skills, and abilities to solve complex problems related to our communications and other systems. This, coupled with his willingness to build relationships with other agencies such as OUC and HSEMA, are traits that made him the ideal recipient of the Fire Officer of the Year award. Thank you, Nick. All right, if I can have firefighter Jeff Leonard and public GIS analyst Timothy Hutchison come up to the stage. So just to give you a little background, Tim and Jeff work on a number of situational dashboards for the agency. Situational dashboards are tools to help users visualize trends, monitor status in real time, and make better decisions. They help the department see what and where events are happening in real time, allow us to brief teams immediately, and rapidly allocate and reallocate resources. Firefighter Jeffrey Leonard and Public Safety Analyst, GIS Analyst Timothy Hutchinson from the District's Office of the Chief Technology Officer have developed several situational dashboards now being used throughout the department. What started as a simple meeting to discuss interoperability on the waterways resulted in the development of a waterway situational dashboard for the entire National Capital Region. This product pulls data from the jurisdictions responsible for responding to the navigable waterways in the National Capital Region and displays the data in a single location. The team then created a Metro Rail dashboard to provide real-time status, including streetcar, passenger rail, and heavy rail data. They have since created dashboards for fire prevention, for the Fire Operations Center, battalion management teams, and the Whole Blood program. All these products require the integration of several systems and allow the department to run more efficiently and effectively. In addition to the dashboard development, Jeff and Tim spearheaded a unique collaboration between the department and the Office of the Chief Technology Officer to rapidly refresh all dashboard products and improve the end user's experience by allowing integration with Knox Secure, medication device storage, Department of Buildings real-time vacant building data, GPS data from all the apparatus, and the department's logistics inventory system, just to name a few. Additionally, Jeff and Tim have presented at several regional and national forums to highlight the district's dashboard initiative, and a representative from ESRI, the Environmental Systems Research Institute, made the comment that the district's work exceeds that of teams 5 times our size in developing products with this level of functionality. So for this, the department thanks and recognizes Jeff Leonard and Tim Hutchinson for making us more situationally aware and by presenting them with the Fire and EMS Chief's Excellence Award.
I could just trash it. To present our Operations Officer of the Year awards, Assistant Fire Chief Anthony Kelleher.
Operations Officer of the Year, Captain Stephen Faulkner, Engine Company 21, Platoon Number 1. Please come to the stage. Within a matter of weeks of his arrival as captain of Engine Company 21, located in Adams Morgan, members of each platoon cleaned and reorganized each room, painted the walls, and hung historic photos of Engine Company 21's apparatus and significant incidents. Along with these improvements, the sitting room was reorganized to include postings of weekly drills, building inspection information, and company expectations with apparatus and operations. Captain Faulkner's dedication and determination to have the members of Engine Company 21 take ownership and pride in their company and firehouse is one example of his leadership. In December of 2022, Captain Faulkner began to advocate for the brush unit to be transferred to the quarters of Engine Company 21. With the arrival of the brush unit, Captain Faulkner and the officers of Engine Company 21 worked with the National Park Service to train and certify each member in wildland firefighting, for structural firefighters and water supply, including several hours of online training tutorials and practical evolutions with the National Park Service. Captain Faulkner, working with the Logistics Division, was able to get updated equipment and supplies for the brush unit. The strongest attribute to Captain Faulkner is his ability to lead as a company officer and a firefighter. As the officer of Engine Company 21, Platoon Number 1, the members hold Captain in high regard and respect. The members know when the tones drop, Captain Faulkner is going to give 100% and expects the same from his crew. His strong knowledge of fire tactics allows Engine 21 to be used as a great resource during every box alarm. They will be there, they will work, and they will be reliable. Along with his dedication and determination as the captain of Engine Company 21, Captain Faulkner has also completed training this past year for Acting Battalion Fire Chief, the Fire Operations Center, and the Rail Operations Control Center. The department proudly recognizes Captain Stephen Faulkner as the recipient of the Operations Officer of the Year Award. Operations Officer of the Year, Captain Robert Bozarth, Rescue Squad 2, Platoon Number 3. Please come to the stage. The nomination for this officer was rare and relatively unheard of because it came from one of his subordinates. This speaks volume to his leadership and high esteem of his colleagues. Captain Robert Bozarth is the captain of Rescue Squad Number 2. This makes him responsible for all normal day-to-day responsibilities of the line officer, on top of being responsible for ensuring the readiness and tactical support of the units and boats assigned, to include the department's heavy wrecker and tunnel rescue support unit. His daily duties also require him to direct and report and inspect and operate all of the department's special event transport units. He also ensures his shift and his entire company are ready to respond to any number of the city's numerous technical emergencies. He implements a demanding drill schedule to cover all 9 different technical rescue disciplines. Each one of these requires a completely different set of skills, equipment, and training. Parts and equipment must constantly be inventoried, maintained, and the members trained. Captain Bozarth works closely with his agencies and vendors to ensure proper readiness, including work internally and develop budgets and replacement plans for this specialized equipment. He is also responsible for maintaining the department's heavy rescue record program, one of only 4 such programs in the country. Again, this required hundreds of hours of training annually across the battalion, including overseeing safe operator training across the department. Captain Bozarth helped develop the region's only tunnel rescue team and is actively involved in ensuring members maintain this certification. He ensures operational readiness by securing locations for annual training and coordinates familiarization for other units responsible for responding to emergencies at these job sites. Fire departments from all over the country have traveled to Washington, D.C. to see this program in operation. Captain Bozarth also leads by example off the clock. He serves on the Byrne Foundation Family Services team. He stands watch outside of injured members' rooms and helps coordinate with member families to ensure they have what they need to get through what they are facing. For these and many other reasons, Captain Robert Bozarth, Rescue Squad Number 2, is awarded one of the Operations Officer of the Year awards. Chief Officer of the Year, Battalion Fire Chief Rich Pullen, come to the stage. Second Battalion Fire Chief Rich Pullen has demonstrated exceptional leadership and dedication to our organization, particularly in the areas of training and fire ground management. One of Battalion Fire Chief Pullen's outstanding accomplishments is his commitment to continuous training and professional development with the Command Simulations Training. Battalion Fire Chief Pullen has implemented innovative training programs that have significantly improved the skill sets and readiness of our battalion fire chiefs and captains. His proactive approach to training has ensured that our department is always prepared for any emergency. In addition, Battalion Fire Chief Pullen has shown exceptional skill in fire ground management through strategic decision-making and quick thinking in successfully managing complex fire incidents. Battalion Fire Chief Pullen's ability to remain calm under pressure and effectively communicate with team members has contributed to the overall safety and efficiency of our operations. Furthermore, Battalion Fire Chief Pullen's strong leadership skills have inspired and motivated his team to perform at their best. His positive attitude and dedication to serving the community has set a high standard for professionalism within our department. For his accomplishments and positive leadership, the department recognizes Battalion Fire Chief Rich Pullen as the Chief Officer of the Year.
To present our Customer Service Award, Assistant Fire Chief Andre Edwards.
Good evening, everyone. Can I ask firefighter Anthony Ferguson of Engine 23, number 2, to come to the stage? Firefighter Anthony Ferguson is receiving this award as a part of the Logistics Division PPE team. While the entire Logistics Division is centered around customer service, Firefighter Ferguson routinely goes above and beyond what is expected. You can see him on weekends and late nights delivering emergency PPE items to our members. Officers throughout the department know that they will receive a prompt reply email from Firefighter Ferguson requesting items from logistics. It's an honor to recognize someone who's so dedicated to the department they sacrifice their personal time to make sure the needs of the department are met. In the past year, there was an all-call to the logistics members to put units in service for an extended emergency. Firefighter Ferguson reported to logistics while on a date. He completed his task even when released. His date sat in the car. He said, "Jefe, I'm not leaving until we get this done." Firefighter Anthony Ferguson is one of the most dedicated employees the department has to offer. For this reason, the department recognizes him with the Customer Service Award for 2023.
Thank you. For one of our meritorious pre-hospital care awards, in our business, we know a call for an injured person means to always expect the unexpected. Such was the case in the early morning hours of August 4th, 2022, when Truck Company 13 and Medic 8 were dispatched to 1521 Benning Road Northeast for an injured person. Truck 13 arrived to learn from witnesses that an adult male had fallen 3 stories from a balcony, landing on a concrete patio 4 to 5 feet below grade. The victim's right arm had been completely amputated from the shoulder, and despite his horrific injury, was conscious and also combative. Captain Michael Rupp and firefighter Fernando Dominguez, reached the patient and began providing care, including a tourniquet. As this took place, firefighter technician Timothy Capps and technician Matt Fuertes removed metal bars surrounding the patio. Medic 8 arrived with firefighter paramedic Allison Eggleston and firefighter EMT Trefine Salmon. They assisted Truck 13 with patient care, packaging, and removal. Once in the unit, the victim was transported immediately to a trauma center. For their outstanding medical care resulting in saving a person's life, the following members are being presented with the Meritorious Pre-Hospital Care Award. Captain Michael Rupp, Sergeant Mark Colbert, firefighter technician Matt Fuertes, firefighter technician Timothy Capps, firefighter EMT Fernando Dominguez, firefighter paramedic Allison Eggleston, and firefighter EMT Trefine Salmon. Please stay here. On May 10, 2023, firefighter EMT Carlos Mathis and Monique Thomas responded on ambulance 12 to a medical local at 300 Moore Street Northeast. The patient's mother advised the crew her daughter had multiple personality disorder and was having suicidal thoughts. When the crew entered the apartment, things took a sudden and dangerous turn. The patient became extremely agitated and rushed towards a window, attempting to throw herself to death. Without hesitation, firefighters Matthias and Thomas raced to the patient, grabbing her as she was halfway out the window and wrestled her back into the room and onto the floor. The patient responded by attacking these two firefighters and again attempted to reach the balcony to jump. Firefighter Matthias again grabbed the patient, preventing her from taking her own life. She continued to struggle with our crew until she was finally subdued by police officers. For their actions resulting in the saving of this patient's life, we are pleased to award firefighter EMT Carlos Mathis. Is it Mathis or Matthias? Mathis, sorry. It's spelled differently both ways. Firefighter EMT Carlos Mathis and firefighter EMT Monique Thomas with a meritorious pre-hospital care award. EMS Captain Phil Lambert, can you come up, please? EMS Captain Philip Lambert. Phil, come on to the stage. To present a Fire and EMS Chief's Excellence Award, Assistant Fire Chief Andre Edwards.
Good evening again. EMS Captain Philip Lambert exemplifies the department core values in supporting his battalion members and consistently working to improve patient care in the district. EMS Captain Lambert takes an interest in all his members of his battalion and works extremely well with his battalion management team. Together, they have been able to impact change in the 4th Battalion. For example, Platoon Number 4 dramatically increased and nearly doubled all of the platoon nurse triage line transfers starting in 2022 due to Captain Lambert's relentless follow-through and improvements which he continues today. Captain Lambert consistently demonstrates effective leadership and competence. His leadership is reflected in the performance of the members and the initiative and goals set forth by the department. His consistency, compassion, leadership abilities have demonstrated and continue to demonstrate effective outcomes. For these reasons, we recognize EMS Captain Philip Lambert with the Fire and EMS Chief Excellence Award.
So Dr. Holman's a remarkable individual who came to the fire department not knowing anything about it and left an impact that will last long beyond his time here. He has fundamentally changed the way that we do business. So Dr. Holman has expanded the care that we deliver as an agency from being trauma-oriented, EMS-oriented, to making sure that all of our patients are receiving the right care right now. He really is the epitome of that. And through him, we've added things like nurse triage line, the stabilization center, where whole blood, buprenorphine. He's really done an amazing job of helping us grow to meet the needs of our community. So we're gonna miss Dr. Holman. He's going on to do the things he wants to do, which I think is really important. And he has left us in good hands with Dr. Wittberg.
I have prepared 3 envelopes. Now, we have instructions here that Dr. Wittberg is to open this first envelope only with the first crisis. So, Dr. Wittberg, would you open that envelope? No, I want them to know that I'll be giving you expert advice from afar, so to speak. And here it is. So here it is at the first crisis.
His particular style, his particular line of questioning, and his particular background aren't something we have to replace. So we're gonna have to fill those voids by ourselves. So something funny about Dr. Holman, if he had read the local newspapers, if he had been in touch with anything other than the New York Times, he probably wouldn't have taken this job. he was one of the few people around, the doctor, that didn't know the struggles that we were under when he took the job. So he came into us sort of a blank slate, and as a result of that, we had a really successful time.
Thank you, Dr. Holman. We are going to miss you truly. Enjoy your retirement, enjoy your vacation, and enjoy your painting. Thank you. Yes, sir. Now, we've saved the absolute best for last tonight. A Fire Chief's Excellence Award is being presented to EMT Yvette Reed from Medic 5, and she's coming all the way from quarters. Come on, Yvette. EMT Reed was awarded the Fire Chief's Excellence Award for her dedication to providing excellent BLS care and upholding the basics, our core values. She serves on Medic 5 in Georgetown and has been a longtime vice president of AFG Local 3721. EMT Reed's compassion and empathy have been recognized in multiple letters the fire chief has received from patients and their family members that she has served. Her demonstration of excellence is also seen in the 9 stroke patients she has treated over the last 2 years. In each of these cases, she was part of the team that quickly recognized a stroke, rapidly transported the patient, and alerted the hospital. This effort ensured the patient received rapid stroke care and appropriate stroke center, resulting in a shorter recovery time, a better quality of life, and saving lives. Thank you, Yvette. Like every good award show, we ran a little over, just a little bit. Thank you, thank you, thank you for everything that you guys do. Thank you for attending. Thank you to our sponsors. We're going to leave you with a little video on the way out. Again, thank you very much. I can't wait to see what we do next year. Thank you.